What if I told you that your to-do list is sabotaging you every single day? That feeling of never getting everything done, of always running behind. What if the problem isn't you, but your method? After today, you will stop feeling overwhelmed and start achieving what really matters. The method I'm going to show you is too simple, it seems obvious, but so powerful it will completely reprogram your productivity. And the best part, you won't need any app, spreadsheet, or complicated tool. But be careful. After you learn the 1-3-5 method, you will have no excuse to procrastinate. Hey, we live in an era of total overload. Every day is an avalanche of notifications, emails, messages, meetings, and at the end of the day, even after hours in front of the computer, you feel like you haven't made progress on anything important. Do you know this feeling? It's like you run a marathon but in the wrong direction. You are exhausted but you didn't get where you wanted to go. This happens because we are addicted to what I call fake productivity. It's like that feeling of being super busy, answering messages, attending meetings, but at the end of the day, that project that would really make a difference in your life remains untouched. Let me tell you something. A few years ago, I was completely lost in this cycle. During the day, working as a programmer, trying to handle 1,000 tasks at once. And at night, my gym workout was bad because I had no energy. My nutrition was okay. I could maintain a good base, but I still failed because I didn't have time to plan my meals. And that personal project I really wanted to start. No way. There was no time to work on it. My day was a giant list of tasks. I literally wrote down about 10 things to do, and guess how many I could complete? At most half, and rarely the most important ones. It's like running a marathon without ever having run like 3 miles before. It's simple, doesn't work. The worst part is that feeling of guilty at the end of the day. You blame yourself, get frustrated, promise that tomorrow will be different, but it's not, because you are using the wrong methods. So while studying ways to improve these problems, that's when I discovered the 1-3-5 method. And man, it's not an exaggeration to say it completely changed my life. The concept is ridiculously simple. So simple that you will wonder why you didn't think of it before. Every day before starting your journey, you'd find just 9 tasks to complete. Just 9, no more, no less. First, you choose one big and important task, something that will really move the needle in your life or work. For me, it could be advancing an important project at work that would generate a significant result, or studying some new technology I wanted to get my hands on. A task that, if you complete just this one in the day, you will feel the day was worth it. Then you select 3 medium tasks. Things that are important but not as critical as your main task. In my case, it could be by reviewing my project teammates' code, preparing meals for the week, or organizing my weekly workouts. Those quick little things you can solve in 15-30 minutes each. Answering an important mail, sending a message you have been putting off, scheduling a doctor's appointment. But you can think, wait, only 9 tasks per day? That seems too little. That's exactly what I thought first. But here is the secret that makes all the difference. Deliberate limitation. It's like in programming. We learn that good code isn't one that does 1,000 things at once. Good code does few things, but does them very well. The same logic applies to productivity. When you consciously limit your tasks to just 9 per day, 2 amazing things happen. First, you are forced to prioritize. You really have to stop and think, what's the most important thing I need to accomplish today, instead of throwing everything into a giant list. Second, you create a realistic system that can be completed. And the feeling of completing all your planned tasks, man, it's priceless. It's like hitting a new record lifting weights or a personal record, I don't know, maybe in a half marathon. That feeling of achievement that motivates you to continue. But let me show you how this works in practice. Imagine a typical day using the 1-3-5 method. Your big task could be finishing an important presentation for a client. Your 3 medium task could be doing your leg workout, planning meals for the week, and organizing the files for that project you are working on. And your 5 small tasks could be scheduling a medical checkup, paying your credit card bill, answering your boss email, organizing your desk, and meditating for, 10 minutes. Do you see how this list is much more manageable than an endless list of 20 or 30 tasks? And at the same time, if you complete all of this, you will have made significant progress in various areas of your life. Let me tell you how this changed my routine. Before the 1-3-5 method, I arrived at work and already felt overwhelmed looking at my huge list of tasks. I started with the easiest, which was rarely the most important. So I spent the whole day busy, and in the end, those really important projects remained untouched. After the 1-3-5 method, the first thing I do is work on my big task. I usually dedicate the first 2 or 3 hours of the day just to do it, without distractions. Then I distribute the medium and small tasks through the rest of the day. And the result of this, I managed to make a lot of progress on 2 projects that had been stalled for a few years. One of them is this content production I do here for you on YouTube. And as you can see, I'm not an English native fluent speaker because I'm a Brazilian. And I'm doing these videos to practice my English and improving my speaking skills in English. But also I produce content in Portuguese. So if you are Brazilian and Portuguese, just try to find my name and you will find my content in Portuguese. And also I started training consistently 5 times a week and maintained consistency in my running workouts, training 3 to 4 times a week. And I still find time to study something new every day. But that's not all. The true power of the 1-3-5 method goes far beyond just organizing tasks. Now I want to show you some specific techniques that will enhance the 1-3-5 method even more. The first technique is what I call the power block, which basically consists of reserving an uninterrupted block of 2 to 3 hours right at the beginning of your day to work exclusively on your big task. No checking mail, no looking at notifications, no meetings, just total focus. It's like when you are at the gym doing that heavy set of squats. You don't stop in the middle of the set to answer a message, right? You need total focus to get the most out of that exercise or just not injure yourself. In my routine, I literally turn off all notifications during this period. And man, the difference is amazing. There were days when I could solve problems in 2 hours of total focus that would normally take an entire day with constant interruptions. The second technique is context grouping, which basically consists of organizing your 3 medium tasks and 5 small tasks by context or environment. For example, if 2 tasks require you to be at the computer, do them in sequence. If 2 others involve sending someone a message, group them together. The goal is to minimize time lost in transitioning between different contexts. It's like in programming, when we group similar functions to maximize efficiency, or like at the gym, when we do all the exercise for the same muscle group before moving on to another. In my case, I always grouped work-related tasks in one block, health-related tasks like training and meal prep in another block, and so on. The third technique is the strategic buffer. This is crucial. Of your 5 small tasks, reserve one as a buffer for unexpected events. Because, let's be honest, unexpected things always happen. Let me tell you something personal. Last year, I was working on a critical project with a very tight deadline. At the same time, I had started a more intense training routine. Everyday emergencies come up that threatened both my work and my workouts. I started implementing this strategic buffer, reserving space for unplanned emergencies in my list. And on the rare days when no unexpected event come up, I used that time to get ahead of something for the next day. But okay, you understand how the method works, but you might be wondering, but what if I can't complete all 9 tasks? That's a valid question. and it will happen on some days, especially at the beginning. The key is not to automatically transfer all completed tasks to the next day. Instead, reevaluate each one and ask, is this task still a high enough priority to enter in my 1-3-5 list tomorrow? It's like when you miss a workout. You don't try to do 2 workouts the next day to make up for it, right? You reevaluate and adjust the plan and move forward. Another common objection you might think of: my life is too unpredictable to plan this way. Listen, I completely understand. Sometimes a single emergency can consume an entire day. And the solution for this is simple. Adapt the method to your reality. On highly unpredictable days, your big task might simply be solve the crisis of the moment. The important thing is to keep the 1-3-5 method structure as a North Star, even if you need to adjust it to your reality. And there is one last powerful technique, which is the weekly review. Every Sunday night or Monday morning, set aside 30 minutes to plan your big tasks for each day of the week. This ensures you are always focused on what really matters. I started doing this when I realized that I was choosing my big task reactively, based only on what seemed most urgent at the moment. With weekly planning, I was able to much better align my daily tasks with my long-term goals, both in my career and in my health. Very good. Now let's recap what we learned today. The 1-3-5 method transforms your productivity by consciously limiting your daily tasks to just 9. 1 big, 3 medium, and 5 small. You enhance this method with specific techniques like the power block for your important task, context grouping for similar tasks, the strategic buffer to deal with unexpected events, and the weekly review to maintain alignment with your bigger goals. And the result of this is that you move from reactive mode, from that feeling of always running behind, to proactive mode, where you have real control over your day and your productivity. Remember what I said at the beginning about your to-do list sabotaging you? That giant disorganized list was programmed for failure from the start. With the 1-3-5 method, you reprogram your productivity for success. It's like in programming. You rewrite the mental code that was full of bugs and optimize it for maximum efficiency. And now I have a challenge for you. Apply the 1-3-5 method tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. Define your list with 1 big task, 3 medium tasks, and 5 small tasks. And comment below what your big task for tomorrow will be. And you know what's most impressive about all this? You know those people who seem to have a more productive day than you? Most of them aren't really doing more things. They are just doing the right things in the right order and with the right focus. Your productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things at the right time.